Hey everyone, and welcome to this week's AMA. My name is Dave Stiles. I'm the CEO here at Voyager Media Group, parent company of Voyer, and want to thank everyone for tuning in. All right, for starting again a few minutes late, I had a call with a pretty important benefactor to Voyer, so I needed to finish that call before jumping on here. That said, I want to give everybody an update, kind of where we're at. We've been keeping the channel up to date, obviously in the Discord, but I want to give everyone kind of the current status. Before I do that, just remember this is not financial advice. Please do your own research. Obviously, for entertainment purposes only is the legal angle on it, but please do your own research. Anything I say here is not to be taken as financial advice. That said, I want to give everybody an update on VOYR Key. Again, VOYR Key is our replacement token for the VOYR AMA token, and we are in the current state of making that transition to launch VOYR Key. A couple things have happened. I think if everybody's following on the AMAs week after week, or following in the Discord channel, I've given current status there. Where we currently are at is that we've got the contract under audit. Desert Finance is doing that right now. They were able to deliver that and turn that back to me by next Friday, or this coming Friday now. And once that's done, we'll be in a position then to launch a fair launch pre-sale, or fair launch sale, I should just say that. We decided to not use Pink Sale Finance the second time around. There were some questions about them. For all intents and purposes, I can't say whether or not they're founded, but there's enough concern that we just don't want to have the issue of dealing with it. So the contract again was generated at Pink Sale. It's already been validated by many different projects. It's getting validated again for us. So we feel comfortable on the reflection token contract that we have from them. It's a very straight basic token with reflections of BSD back to the holders. And that's pretty straightforward. We are going to leverage an ICO platform for the fair sale. It'll be hosted off of VOYR Key, and we are going to load that, have that ready to go sometime this week, but we won't turn it on until we make the announcement of the fair sale launch day. We are watching the world economy, the world events. Our hearts go out to Ukrainians and the people being impacted by the invasion there. Obviously, it's had a massive impact, not only on the world and those people, but on the economy, and crypto is one of them. And so we want to wait for a little bit of stability to come back before we do launch the fair sale. It would be wrong for us to try to take and make noise and fanfare while this is going on. And then secondly, I want to give the relaunch the best shot possible. And that's in terms of, the upside for our holders. I can't guarantee a price. I can't guarantee how fast or how little it will sell. That said, I want to give it the best footing possible. So we're going to watch for that. That's one of the throttles that we're measuring to make the fair launch happen. A couple other things about the fair launch. And obviously in VOYR AMA, there were team wallets. With the new model and the fact that we're open currency, we don't need those team wallets anymore. So we're not going to keep the team wallets, and so they're out of the equation, and they will not be included in the redistribution. So the only tokens that any team member will have will be the ones that they invested for and bought. All right. So I have team members that have put substantial cash in, myself included. And yes, we're holders like everybody else. And so we'll get our proportionate allocated tokens back just the same as everybody else will. But we're not granting anybody tokens. There's no team allocated tokens. There's no service wallets. And so it's truly going to be a community token. It does lay the groundwork for us to eventually at some point flip this into a DAO. but I just want to be very transparent about that because that's one of the things that will be different this time around. We are still planning on, based on the raise, 80% of the share of raise will go into locked liquidity. I'm still committing to locking that for 10 years. We'll probably lock it on a different platform than Pink Sales Lock, but it'll block for 10 years. And then we are going to take 20% and use that to fund a currency exchange. One of the more major ones. That won't be Binance, won't be Coinbase, but we'll get on a major, recognizable trading central exchange with the key pair. All right, a Voyer key and some trading pair. That said, we also slowed down 2 different launches. The Voyer Red platforms were supposed to launch last Monday. With everything kind of happening in the world, we took a step back. We're still going to launch those this month. We are very excited about all the new properties coming there. It is going to give us about 4 different places for additional utility of the Voyer key token. Question that came in from one of the users here. How will the Voyer holders get their share of the Voyer key, Mr. Dave? Thanks for the question. So how that will happen is it will be an allocation tied to your wallet that is registered on a blockchain. Obviously, we have that information. We have your allocation. We have your percentage. And so you'll be able to come in, authenticate with that wallet, and then make a claim against the pool. And that pool will automatically know to transfer to you your percentage share of those tokens. So that's a safer, fair stake. You had 1%, and we allocated 1% of the tokens to you. So you have 10,000 tokens coming your way. And when you log in, you'll be able to claim those. All right. The claiming process, it is a claim process. So it's not automatically going to be airdropped or sent. You're going to have to come in, authenticate, prove who you are, who you say you are, and then claim your tokens out. We're doing that for 2 reasons. One is some of the tokens that are held out there, we know we're airdroppers who've never followed the project, none the wiser. And, I'm not going to try to help make it easy for the people who took airdrops the first time and really help us hurt the token the first time around as easy as possible to get them. So that's 1. 2, we want to make sure that the people who are getting the tokens are the ones that are invested in the project. So we're going to have a period of time once we go live with the claim system, most likely 6 months or a year, that those will be available to be claimed. And then once that period ceases, then if you didn't make a claim, say la vie. But we'll have that plenty of information out and pushed out. It'll happen through Voyer Key. The claim process will happen there. The fair launch will happen there. So that'll all be part of that. So that's how that's going to happen. So thanks for the question. Couple other updates. We are in the process of moving a lot of infrastructure around. We are going to make a move off of AWS into new infrastructure, new cloud infrastructure. It's Docker containerized. That gives us a little bit more independent control on cost and allocation of resources, but B, also gives us the ability to do some new services that we want to offer. So the only reason I bring that up is there may be some intermittent outages where we're moving things around. We're trying to keep it transparent as possible. We have a CDN, globally load balanced front end with Cloudflare that should make this transition period very seamless, but we are still going to have to make the change. Next question that came in, please make a video about the token claim after launch. We'll make the video about the claim before the launch so that everybody has it. Obviously, we won't allow claims to happen until we open the liquidity pool. So that way no one can open the liquidity pool on us proactively. But that will happen, and we'll move that forward. Question about Angela White. We are in discussions with her to be an ambassador for Voyer Red. So that is that's a fair statement. It's not locked in as we launch, obviously, the VOYR Red and VOYR Red properties and the associated microsites that are going along with that. We'll announce some pretty big names to go along with that. And yes, most of them are adult actors and actresses in that space. So we're excited about that. And that obviously comes with, obviously some caveats that, there's only so much we can talk about on the public AMA about that, because I want to make sure that the audience that may be watching this is at least of a mature age. And I can't always guarantee that on a replay. So I won't talk or show too much about VOYR Red. We'll tell about people where they can access it, how they can validate who they are, and then get into it. But we won't be sharing too much public information more than that here on these AMAs. Other than that, couple of updates that will happen in concert. One is people who bought Voyer card. You are going to get Voyer key allocated to you instead of Voyer Me. Same thing. You'll get the allocated value that we promised. It'll just be done after the launch. And then we'll have to have you come in and register your Voyer card with us so that we have the wallet address to send back the Voyer key to. We are going to do that out of a profit share on our side because, again, there's no marketing wallet or no team wallet this time. So we're funding that rebate. All right. Other than that, if you still want a Voyer card, you can still purchase them. We've got about 700 or so left. We've sold a few hundred already. So that's just voyercard.com. And if you want a backup one, obviously order two. Hardware offline wallets, good for any crypto, not just not for Voyer Me or Voyer Key. So it just happened to be labeled Voyer. Other than that, I'm going to see if there's any questions that have come in here on Twitter or Discord so that I'm not missing those. Obviously, if you're on one of the streaming platforms, you can ask the question there. It'll filter in. We're seeing those come in already, so thank you. All right. Nothing on Twitter, so let's look and see if there's any on Discord. And it doesn't appear to be. So our goal, again, is doing 2 updates a week. We did miss this last Wednesday. I apologize on that. That was on me. I unfortunately had some personal issues come up, and I wasn't able to make it. But that said, my goal is to do this next Wednesday, or this coming Wednesday at 7 p.m. Again, next Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the time zone there. So obviously convert that to your time zone. We're UTC -5. And then our plan is to watch through the audit complete, and then we'll make a decision about when we're going to schedule the fair launch. I'll make sure there's plenty of notice. It won't happen, just blindly overnight with no one having a awareness that it's coming. But we're going to push that. We're going to shill it. We're going to market it. We did put a pause on some of the banner ads we were running just because we wouldn't have traffic coming into the site where there's no thing they can take action on a purchase. So we'll pick those back up and we'll be off and running. So someone's asking a question here about what is the competitive advantage of Voyer Key? Please brief. So the competitive advantage for Voyer Key is it's got a lower tax transaction rate on anything that's powered by Voyer Key. So for Voyer, Voyer Red, Memories, NFT Marketplace, Voyer Red, the NFT Marketplace, which is the adult side, they all have a 6% transaction tax tied to Voyer Key. Any other crypto that we transact on the platform has a 10% tax. And the reason that differential is there is we're carrying over the tokenomic allocation of tax from Voyer Me, but we're doing it in a different way now. That said, if we do transact it in, say, BNB, BUSD, that additional 4% differential for someone paying in another crypto other than Voyer Key becomes a 4% reflection in BUSD that goes back to Voyer Key holders. So Voyer holders are always going to get rewarded for every transaction, whether it's in Voyer Key itself or in another crypto. And we handle that on our transaction engine side. So and that doesn't matter if it was done in fiat, if it was done in crypto, and any form of crypto. We're going to convert that, carry that over, and settle that out. Settlement's not instantaneous. It is done through a back-end process. So we have to take the tax that's collected, journalize it, and then do a conversion. Most likely that'll happen end of business days. But we have that process in place already. So we know how to do it. And that's will obviously be the incentive for not only holding Voyer key, but also having people transact in it if they want to save a little bit of value add tax. Other than that, staking pools. I did have a question coming about staking pools. We are still going to do staking pools. I have to rebuild them. The contracts that we have currently were built for Voyer Me, not Voyer Key. So essentially, I built them. We paid for them to be deployed. They're useless. I need to respin them. We will do that. I'm not going to do it until obviously we launch Voyer Key. We get it out. We get the complete claim drops done, or at least started, and then we'll go through and get the staking pools going. I still committed to doing them. We'll do them, and they'll be hosted off of Voyer Key. You'll have them all in one place. So good question there. Last question I just saw come in here. Where is Enrique and the rest of the team? I promise I still have the team behind me. They are not leaving me behind. Enrique has some family commitments today. Mara and I are actually talking right after this. So she is doing a little bit of double duty, doing some creator management. Rob is taking a siesta, and Rob has moved to the back burner, kind of just helping us as an advisor, but in really dealing with his newborn baby and family there. So didn't say that they're gone, they're just not omnipresent. And then Brandon is obviously still kind of our CTO brains behind the scenes, but doesn't necessarily going to come on the front lines of the AMAs anymore. But thanks for asking. Yeah, meanwhile, I love the fact that people want to see everybody. I'll do my best to get them here on Wednesday or Friday, next Sunday, I should say. But today you got me, and it's been a good chance to get everybody an update. So, yeah, Geek, I see your comment there. I won't put it on the screen, but I have a few minutes so we can ping each other, and then I have another call at noon, so we'll have a squeeze in there. But not seeing anything else come in, I'm going to go ahead and check one more time, and then we'll go ahead and wrap this up. Again, replay, if you're catching it on the replay and you didn't get a chance to ask your question, feel free to hit us, social media, Twitter, Instagram, Telegram, Discord. If you're not on the Discord server, it's our primary mode. Go ahead and join us there and come in and hit us up. We're everywhere on social media at VOYR Me. And if you want to email us, just email us at social@voyer.me, or you can email me directly, Dave@voyer.me. And we got questions, comments there. Yeah, we'll get you the answer. Appreciate everybody's patience. Obviously, again, we want the turmoil in the world to kind of slow down, come back around, get the markets back. So we're ready to rock and roll. And we definitely like to do that. Yeah, so we absolutely will. Somebody's saying, please make sure that more people get to know about Voyer Key before launch. We absolutely will. We'll spend probably 2 weeks of marketing before we actually kick the fair launch off. So again, gonna wait for the audit to come back this week. Audit should be back by Friday. That'll be the milestone that we use to start the rest of that path in motion. All right. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this live stream. Again, feel free to follow up with us. We'll talk to you again on Wednesday, and then I'll see you back here again next Sunday. Take care, everyone.